Hello, everybody. This is Paul Giannantonio at ERA Statewide Realty. And today I'm going to answer another question that I'm asked quite a bit when I'm speaking to home sellers that are selling their home and looking to move out of the state. We have a lot of sellers that sell and, get ready to go out to South Carolina, North Carolina, even if they want to move to Pennsylvania. The one question they all ask me is, am I going to have to pay a New Jersey exit tax? Well, I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as a New Jersey exit tax. Now, a lot of times people confuse the realty transfer fee with an exit tax. Every transaction in New Jersey, when it sells, there is a transfer tax that's paid to the state. The calculation's a little convoluted because the state did make it more complicated back in the early part of our century, 2004, 2005. If you want to calculate the transfer tax, you can Google New Jersey transfer tax, put in the sales price of your property, and it'll give you the number right there. But going back to exit tax, what a lot of people do is they also confuse the fact that when a property is transferred in New Jersey, a gross income tax form has to be recorded with the deed. All right. Now, with the gross income tax form, what happens is most people have no tax due on their home when they sell it, because in most cases, it's their primary residence. All right. And with a primary residence, as long as it's been your primary resident for at least 2 of the last 5 years, all right, you have a capital gain exemption and a tax exemption on that gain on that property up to $250,000 of the gain if you're filing as an individual, or if you're married and filed jointly, you have an exemption of up to $500,000. So in most cases, there are no taxes due on that property, but that's if it's your primary residence. This exit tax that people kind of talk about really comes into play when we're dealing with a non-resident seller. All right. So again, we just talked about if it's your primary residence. All right. But if you've moved out of the state already, if you've already established your primary residence in a location outside of New Jersey, well, then your home may have some type of tax or capital gain tax or some type of tax due on it. So what will happen at that point, the title company, all right, will be required to escrow an amount of money at the time of your closing. It's equal to not less than 2% of the gross sales price of the house, or 10.75 of the anticipated, at 10.75% of the anticipated gain on that property. All right, that money is escrowed. Now, doesn't mean you owe all of that money. What it's doing is it's the state basically forcing a non-resident to file a non-resident tax return at the end of the year in order to get their refund of that money. The state wants to make sure that they collect all the tax dollars that they're entitled to. So they hold more than they're entitled to so they can refund it to you as a way to force you to make sure you do your tax return. All right. Now, there is a way, if you feel that you paid this fee and that you don't want to wait until your next tax return, or that it's more than that, you can file a form. It's called Form A3128. A3128. You can file that form and then send it to the address that's or the branch office that's listed on that form, and they can review it, and you can get your refund back sooner than waiting for your next tax return to be submitted. So that's what I have on exit tax. Doesn't affect any residents, sellers that are here. If you're selling and plan on moving to another state, doesn't affect you. It only affects you if you're a non-resident seller, which means that you've already established permanent residency in some area outside of New Jersey. So as with any tax related information, a little information could be a lot of deck, could be a big help, but I would also recommend that you speak directly to your attorney or title company and or your accountant for clarification on that. But in most cases, selling your primary residence, you're not going to be affected by this at all. Hope that helps. Have any other questions? Please feel free to give me a call at the numbers behind me. 908-334-4395 is my cell. If you prefer to send me an email, it's paulg@erastatewide.com. Look to speak to you again real soon. Have a great day.